The year was 1988, the suburb of St. Vital, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Jean Dom came up with something. You see, she'd go for her morning coffee. While having her morning coffee, she would like something to read, as would most of us. But often she was left reading the back of sugar packets. Why? Well, when she read the paper, it was full of what? Right, bad news, and it would bring her down. So Jean's like, well, I've got experience. She had previously published a book on cooking, like a nice cookbook, a ballroom dancing book, and had excellent expertise in advertising. So now here we are, 25 years later, Jean's invention, the world's largest restaurant publication, Coffee News.
I'm Don Poulin from Poulin Pest Control. I've been doing this for 65 years. Well, with Coffee News, I said go back a long time. And one of the things that we found that was very helpful to us is that we could change our ad without having to wait for a month or so. I find that Coffee News very easy, accessible to make the changes, which is very important. I feel that it's working for us. I know when I go into a restaurant or a store that they have a Coffee News, I always pick it up, and I see a lot of them that there's only a few pages left, or that they're wrinkled and you can see somebody's read it and either try to put it back.
How many readers do you think on a weekly basis would you have that come in and read Coffee News?
Oh wow, I'm sure it's in the thousands, like 4,000 or 5,000 people, and not only does it get picked up and taken away, it gets shared. People pick it up, leave it on the table, the next person to come sit down will read it, so it gets shared over and over again too, so that's really cool.
I kid you not exaggerating, every single person, I'm looking at every table, everyone's reading Coffee News, like everyone. So what are your favorite parts about it?
The lighter side is cool, the horoscopes are great. Everything's awesome in here.
I like the horoscopes.
That seems
and
to be...
I like the ads, because my son has an ad in it.
Oh, which one? Let's give him a plug.
Got it in there.
Look at that, guitar instructor. If you had to pick your top 3 favorite things about Coffee News, what would they be?
The horoscopes, the trivia, and the small jokes.
Horoscopes, do mine.
What are you?
Libra.
Ooh, we're the same. You need more time for personal pleasure and adventure. Your professional life can often consume far too much of your time and energy.
That's absolutely 113% correct. It is. You look like a guy who reads Coffee News. You a horoscope guy?
I've been with Coffee News for 5 years. When I first took over the business, I was in a bit of a decline, and of course, starting out fresh, I wanted to try and attract some new business, and that was, to me, one of the best things I think I ever could have done. I highly recommend the use of Coffee News, especially for a smaller, medium-sized business. If you want to focus on your local area, it's, to me, been a very, very valuable tool for my business in attracting and keeping new customers. I find that it's very good value for my dollar. It's local, it's consistent. They did a good job on putting together the ads for me, basically saying where we are, who we are, what we do in a very simple form. And I find it's been very, very successful.
Oh, hey, we have to talk to that guy, for sure. I don't even need to ask you, I can just tell by looking at you. You are a straight to the trivia guy.
I do go straight there, yeah.
Are you? Would you call yourself a regular Coffee News reader?
Yes. It was Subway that got me going on the most. That's where I saw it. I'd pick it up every time and I'd read it while I had my sub.
Second arm get tired. At this table right now, Who would you say is the best at the trivia section in Coffee News?
This lady here.
Have you ever got them all correct?
No.
Did you know that I once went 3 years in a row? I got every single Coffee News trivia question right for 3 years in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never got one right at all, but
Well, I would read the answers first. I found that way I was way better at it. Ask me one. Try me out.
Fire, water, wood, earth, and metal are 5 elements of what?
5 elements of Feng Shui?
Yeah.
I read it. I got here early. Would you prefer if I spoke with someone else right now? Fair enough.
I think people like the Coffee News because of the fact that it is something quick, simple. You can pick it up and review it quick, flip through the ads, get a little chuckle out of the joke on it.
Lots of people read the newspaper, but mostly people read the Coffee News.
When I read it, well, I usually look at the horoscope, then I look at the trivia questions to see how many things I don't know.
Here we are, 25 years on. Turns out people still love their coffee, and they love their Coffee News. And print, it turns out, is alive and well and stronger than ever. So pick up your Coffee News fresh every week.